Yo, what's going on, people? It's another conversation with E, and yeah, today's date is the 24th of April 2026, and the time is 11:34. Today, let's talk about boredom and creativity because that's an interesting conversation. Um, I think being the the ability to be bored and in peace these days it's an underrated skill, honestly. Having a long attention span is definitely going to be the way forward. But I think in terms of being a creative person, and not just creative in terms of art or anything, but just creating things like systems, you can often be a creative thinker as well. But the main thing is that if you want to be creative in general, you have to have the ability to be bored. I think boredom is so underrated in the sense that you can create that it creates a space for creativity to manifest in your life. Hence the title. Boredom creates a space for creativity. If you can be bored, I'm not talking, obviously, if you're trying to build the strength to be bored, start in increments, start in steps. Firstly, what I like to do is I like to just sit back. When I wake up, I like to sit back for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Just me staring into thin air or just staring into space. You know, number one, that gives me the opportunity to express gratitude to the fact that I'm alive again. Like I always think, if you wake up the next day, that's another day for you to build on something that you want to be. Because in reality, life, like life is isn't just some big movie. It may seem like that, but that's just Hollywood once again pushing its agenda. But anyway, I'm not gonna go into conspiracy today. I'm not gonna go into conspiracy today. Um, yeah. Um, them Jews be watching. Them Jews be watching. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Hey, anyway. Um, Going back to the topic at hand, creativity it does something that no other thing can do. I mean, no, sorry, boredom can it does something that no other thing can do, and that's building the space for creativity. And when you're able to just sit in silence and just be bored, you often notice a lot of what you're trying to avoid anyway. You notice the patterns in your life. You notice the space. I mean, it gives you the space for you to notice the patterns in your life, so that you can now step back and realize, hold on, here is the life I'm currently living. And sometimes the reason why you probably avoid that boredom, that space, is because it can get so overwhelming. I can understand it gets so fucking overwhelming because sometimes you're just like, damn, this is real life. Like, this is actually real life. Like, this ain't no joke. Like, this isn't fuck being on social media. Looking at everyone else's life. No, be bored so that you can sit back and you can be like, okay, this is life. You realize once you take a step away from the cameras and the smartphones and everything, you realize that, okay, this is actually my life, and now, is this congruent with who I'm trying to be? Is this the life that's congruent with who I'm trying to be? If not, okay, why is that not? Yeah, you can put so much on that onto, like, your surroundings and and the times, and where you've grown up, but sometimes you need that peace, you need that solitude, you need that silence to really recognize, okay, what is the life, what is the type of life that I'm living now, and is it in alignment? Am I doing the things in alignment with the type of life that I want to live? Because at the end of the day, that's just really all it comes down to, is your habits that you do on a day-to-day basis, and if they're in alignment. I'm not gonna lie, there are some bad habits that I have, but shit, I already said here, I'm not trying to be perfect. Don't try and put me as your role model, bitch. I'm not, I'm no one's role model. Fuck that. I'm just me, Mr. E. You know, trying to survive. A man who's mid to late 20s trying to survive and trying to thrive in the 21st century in this dunya where times seem weird, but I just think we're on the precipice of a renaissance period when it comes to life in general, or we're on the precipice of destruction. I don't know. I don't know. Fuck knows, man. Who knows? Who knows? But what I'm trying to say is that I think if you really want, if you really, really want to get ahead, I wouldn't say get ahead because everyone's on their own journey, but if you really want to change your life and create the life that you live, or you just want to be more creative, then taking a step back and being bored and allowing that space for creativity to flourish and for you to recognize the life that you want to live or the life that you don't want to live, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. In essence, boredom in and of itself goes a very long way in cultivating the life that you want to live or just enhancing your creativity. And right now, I'm trying to really do that and hone in on that in my life by just journaling more. Of course, obviously, journaling more, um, being more comfortable or trying to stay in silence a lot more, and just living day by day in it. Maintaining my body, maintaining my health, maintaining my habits. So without further ado, man, this concludes this week's conversation with E. Allow boredom or have the strength for boredom because boredom creates a space for creativity. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? Be safe. I was going to say something in Yoruba because I'm trying to learn, but hey, I'll say that shit when I actually get the full phrase correct. But yeah, be safe, be sound, and be proud. I'm going to catch you guys in a bit. Have a nice weekend. Love.